Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. How many times have you let somebody steal your peace today? A stranger on the street, a coworker, a family member, someone who pushed the wrong button at the wrong time. And just like that, you're angry, you're bothered. You're no longer in control. That right there is the real battlefield. Let me tell you something about life, something most people don't want to hear. You are not in control of this world. You are not in control of other people. You are not in control of what they say, what they think, or what they do. But you are always in control of one thing, yourself. That right there is where true strength lies. Emotional control is not about pretending you don't feel. It's not about acting like anger, frustration, or irritation don't exist. No. It's about refusing to hand those emotions the steering wheel of your life. Most people walk around like ticking time bombs. Somebody cuts them off in traffic, boom, they explode. Somebody says the wrong word in a meeting, boom, the whole day is ruined. Somebody doesn't give them the respect they think they deserve, and suddenly their mind is filled with rage. That's a weakness. That's slavery to your emotions. And here's the truth. If the world can push one button and make you angry, then the world owns you. It doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter how much you've achieved. If a stranger on the street can take your peace of mind in 5 seconds, then you are not powerful. You are fragile. Emotional control is what separates the strong from the weak, the leaders from the followers, the masters from the slaves. Now, I want you to think about this. Every time you get angry, every time you let somebody bother you, you're giving away your power. You're saying, here, take my peace, take my energy, take my focus. And for what? For a word, for a look? For something that doesn't even matter in the long run. That's the trap. That's how they get you. But when you master emotional control, you flip the script. You stop giving away your energy for free. You stop reacting to every little thing. Instead, you pause, you breathe, you choose. Because control is a choice. Nobody can make you angry without your permission. Nobody can disturb your peace unless you open the door and let them in. And I know what some of you are thinking, but Denzel, it's hard. You don't know what they did to me. You don't know what I've been through. You're right, I don't. But here's the question, does your anger fix it? Does your rage undo the disrespect? Does losing control make you stronger? No, it only weakens you. It only blinds you. It only steals your time and your energy. Emotional control isn't about pretending life is easy. It's about refusing to let life break you. It's about saying, I'm bigger than this. I'm stronger than this. You will not move me. That's real power. That's dark power. The kind of power people can't figure out. The kind of power that makes them wonder, why doesn't he react? Why doesn't she get angry? Because when the world can't predict your reaction, when they can't push your buttons, they fear you. They respect you. Think about the men and women you admire most. The leaders, the warriors, the legends. They're not the ones screaming every time something goes wrong. They're not the ones losing their temper over small things. No, they're the ones who stay calm in the storm. They're the ones who can stand in the middle of chaos and still speak with clarity. That's what makes them different. Emotional control is not about being soft. It's about being unshakable. A man who can't control his anger will destroy himself faster than his enemies ever could. But a man who masters his emotions, he's untouchable. He's dangerous in the best way, because nothing outside of him can break him on the inside. And let me give you something practical. The next time somebody tries to get under your skin, pause. Don't react. Just pause. That little space between what they do and how you respond, that's your kingdom. That's where your power lies. Most people don't even give themselves that space. They react instantly like puppets on a string. But not you. You're learning. You're mastering. You're building the discipline to hold your fire until you decide it's worth releasing. Because emotional control isn't about never feeling. It's about never letting those feelings drive the car. You sit in the driver's seat. You decide the direction. You decide the speed. You decide whether this moment is worth your energy or not. And here's the secret, most of the time it's not. Most of the time, the things that bother you today won't even matter tomorrow. Most of the time, the anger you feel is nothing but wasted fuel. And the world will try, oh yes, it will try to steal that fuel from you. It will send people to test you, to poke you, to insult you. But the one who has mastered emotional control looks at all that chaos and says, not today. You don't get to own me. I'm in control here. That's the mindset that changes everything. Now let's talk about anger. Everybody feels it. Everybody knows it. That fire that rises in your chest when somebody disrespects you, when somebody lies to you, when somebody betrays you. Anger is raw, it's real, and it's powerful. But here's the truth most people never learn. Anger is not the problem. The real problem is what you do with it. Because anger is just energy. That's all it is. And energy can be wasted or energy can be transformed. Weak men waste it. Strong men transform it. See, most people let anger eat them alive. They yell, they curse, they break things, they fight. They release all that energy in seconds, and then they're left empty, drained, ashamed. That's a weakness. That's a lack of control. But the powerful man, the dangerous man, he doesn't waste it. He doesn't let anger control him. He bends it, shapes it, uses it. He takes that fire and fuels his discipline. He takes that rage and pushes harder in the gym, sharper in his work, stronger in his focus. He doesn't let anger break him. He lets it build him. I want you to picture this. Somebody insults you. Somebody doubts you. The average man shouts back, proves nothing, and loses control. But you're different. You take that insult, you take that doubt, and you tuck it inside. You say, thank you for the fuel, and then you go to work. You go harder, you go longer, you go deeper. You let that energy push you where comfort never could. That's the secret. Anger doesn't have to destroy you. It can be the very thing that elevates you. But only if you have the discipline to control it, to redirect it. Look at the great ones throughout history. They were not free of anger. They were not free of pain. They carried betrayals, disrespect, and rejection. But what made them great is that they refused to waste it. They turned their pain into greatness. They turned their rage into art, into performance, into action. That's what separates legends from the ordinary. The ordinary man says, I'm mad, I have to let it out. The extraordinary man says, I'm mad, so I'm going to build with it. You see the difference. One explodes, one builds. And at the end of the day, the one who builds always wins. I'll tell you something about this world. It will test you. People will try to push you, try to provoke you, try to drag you down into their chaos. They want you to explode because when you explode, they control you. But when you take that energy and put it into your growth, your success, your craft, they lose. Every insult becomes your motivation. Every doubt becomes your proof. Every betrayal becomes your hunger. That's the mindset of power. That's the mindset of someone who refuses to let the world break him. But let me be clear. This is not easy. It takes strength to hold back. It takes discipline to channel that fire instead of letting it burn you alive. Most people will never master it. They'll keep wasting their energy on arguments, fights, and pointless rage. And years from now, they'll still be the same. But not you. You're learning how to weaponize your emotions. You're learning how to take anger, the most destructive force, and make it your ally. Imagine that. Imagine every time you get angry, instead of losing control, you gain more focus. Imagine every time someone tries to break you, you rise stronger because of it. That's not weakness. That's real strength. That's control. Think about the moments in your life when you were most angry. Maybe it was betrayal. Maybe it was disrespect. Maybe it was failure. And ask yourself, what if you had used that fire to fuel your work instead of wasting it? Where would you be today? How far ahead would you be? Because the truth is, anger is one of the most powerful forces you'll ever feel. But it's only as valuable as the direction you give it. Left uncontrolled, it burns everything down. Controlled, it lights the path forward. You've got to train yourself. The next time you feel that fire rising, stop. Don't explode. Don't waste it. Take it in, breathe it, and then put it into motion. Go train harder. Go study longer. Go build something that will last. That way, your anger is no longer a weapon against you. It's a weapon for you. And when people see that you don't crumble under anger, when they see you don't explode, when they see you grow stronger every time you're tested, they'll realize they can't stop you. They'll realize you've turned their attacks into your ammunition. That's what makes you powerful. That's what makes you unstoppable. Silence, patience. Two words that sound soft, but carry more power than anger ever could. Most people think strength is loud. They think it's about shouting the loudest, reacting the fastest, and showing the world how tough they are. But real strength doesn't need to announce itself. Real strength sits quietly. Real strength waits. Real strength speaks only when it must. And that's why silence and patience are weapons most people never master. See, the average person is addicted to reacting. Somebody insults them, they have to clap back. If somebody doubts them, they have to prove themselves instantly. Somebody pushes them, they have to push back twice as hard. That's not strength, that's desperation. That's insecurity. That's a need for validation. But when you understand the power of silence, you no longer feel the need to answer every insult. You no longer feel the need to respond to every little thing. Because silence speaks louder than words ever could. Think about it. When somebody expects you to explode and you stay calm, you leave them powerless. When somebody throws negativity your way and you don't respond, you leave them confused. Silence is unpredictable, and that unpredictability makes people uncomfortable. They don't know what you're thinking, they don't know what's coming, and that alone is more powerful than any loud reaction you could ever give. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do in the middle of chaos is nothing. Nothing but breathe, watch, and wait. Now, let's talk about patience. Patience is the brother of silence. It's the ability to hold your ground and wait for the right moment. Weak people are always in a hurry. They want to win fast. They want to prove themselves right now. But power doesn't rush. Power doesn't panic. Power doesn't move just because the world says move. Patience is knowing that time is on your side. Patience is knowing that one day, every truth will reveal itself, every seed will grow, and every action will bear fruit. And while others waste their energy forcing outcomes, you conserve yours. You wait. You trust the process. And when the moment comes, you act with precision. Silence and patience together form an armor. They shield you from wasting energy on nonsense. They keep you from making mistakes when emotions run high. How many lives have been destroyed because of one reaction, one word said in anger, one decision made too quickly? How many opportunities have been lost because someone couldn't wait, couldn't stay calm, couldn't be silent? That's the difference between success and failure, between wisdom and regret. The man who learns silence and patience cannot be baited, cannot be rushed, cannot be broken by provocation. He moves on his own terms, in his own time. And don't get it twisted, silence is not weakness. Patience is not passivity. Choosing silence is not the same as being powerless. Choosing patience is not the same as being lazy. No, silence is a strategy. Patience is discipline. It's knowing that your time, your words, your actions, they have value, and you don't give them away cheap. You don't waste them on people who don't deserve them. You don't throw them into battles that don't matter. You wait until the fight is worth it. And when it is, you move with such precision, such clarity, that nobody can stop you. There's a saying, a lion doesn't need to roar to prove he's a lion. His presence alone is enough. And that's what silence does. That's what patience does. They give you presence. They give you weight. When you're the one in the room who doesn't rush to speak, when you're the one who doesn't get shaken, doesn't get provoked, people notice, they respect it. They fear it. Because silence forces them to deal with themselves. And patience shows them you can't be controlled by urgency, by fear, or by pressure. Ask yourself this: how much of your life have you wasted on noise, on arguments that meant nothing, on words that didn't change anything, on rushing into decisions that only hurt you in the end? That's the trap of the impatient and the loud. But once you start practicing silence, once you start practicing patience, you rise above it. You stop giving away your energy. You stop moving on their time. You move on your time. And that's when you become truly powerful. Because the one who can wait, the one who can hold his tongue, the one who can sit in stillness when everyone else is frantic, that's the one who controls the room, the moment, the outcome. So remember this: your silence is not emptiness, it's strength. Your patience is not weakness, it's mastery. The more you learn to use them, the more untouchable you become. The world will expect you to break. The world will push you to react. But you will stand still. You will wait. You will move only when it's time. And when you do, the world won't be ready for it. Let me tell you something that will set you free, but only if you truly understand it. Most people are not living their own lives. They're living for the opinions of other people. Every move they make, every choice they take, it's shaped by one question: what will they think of me? That is the prison most men and women never escape. A prison with invisible bars, built from judgment, criticism, gossip, and fear of rejection. And here's the dark truth: if you care too much about what other people think, you will never be free, you will never be powerful, and you will never know who you truly are. Think about it. How many times have you held back because you were worried about someone's opinion? How many dreams have you buried because somebody might laugh at you? How many moments of joy have you stolen from yourself because you were afraid of being judged? That's the weight of opinions. And if you carry it long enough, it will break you. But here's the power move: you don't have to carry it. You can choose to rise above it. You can choose to live in such a way that opinions don't touch you, don't move you, don't control you. When you rise above opinions, you take your life back into your own hands. You stop being a puppet on the strings of approval and rejection. You stop chasing validation. Because here's the truth. No matter what you do, people will always have something to say. You could be the kindest person on the planet, and someone will still hate you. You could be the smartest, the strongest, the most successful, and someone will still doubt you. That's life. That's human nature. So if you're trying to win the approval of everybody, you're already lost. You're playing a game that has no finish line, no victory. The only way to win is not to play at all. The powerful man, the powerful woman, they move differently. They don't ask for permission. They don't wait for applause. They don't crumble under criticism. They move because they believe in their path. They move because their vision is stronger than the noise around them. That's what living above opinions means. It means being so deeply grounded in who you are, so deeply focused on your purpose, that the noise of the crowd cannot shake you. Their cheers don't inflate you, and their boos don't deflate you. You are steady. You are constant. You are unmoved. And let me be clear, this is not arrogance. This is not about thinking you're better than anyone else. This is about understanding that your value is not up for debate. Your worth is not decided by their opinions. You were born with value. You were born with purpose. And no man, no woman, no crowd can take that away. But if you don't believe that, if you let their voices drown out your own, you'll live your whole life chasing approval you'll never truly get. Because people change, opinions change. Today they'll love you, tomorrow they'll hate you. If you build your life on their voices, you'll be tossed around like a leaf in the wind. But if you build your life on your truth, on your purpose, on your vision, you'll stand like a mountain, unmoved, no matter how strong the storm. Ask yourself right now, whose opinions are controlling you? Whose voice is still in your head? Maybe it's a teacher who told you you'd never be anything. Maybe it's a parent who doubted you. Maybe it's a friend who laughed at your dreams. Maybe it's strangers on the internet who don't even know your name. And yet their voices live rent-free in your mind, shaping your choices, controlling your emotions. That has to stop. Because every moment you give to them, you steal from yourself. Every ounce of energy you spend trying to prove them wrong is energy you could have spent building yourself up. The real power move is not to prove them wrong. It's to not care at all. To rise so high above their opinions that whether they praise you or criticize you, it doesn't matter. You keep moving, you keep building, you keep becoming. Because at the end of the day, the only opinion that truly matters is the one you hold of yourself. Look in the mirror. That's the person you live with every day. That's the voice you cannot escape. And if that voice is strong, if that voice is grounded, if that voice believes in you, then nothing outside of you can break you. Living above opinions is freedom. It's walking into a room and not needing to impress anyone. It's chasing your dreams without asking if people will clap. It's saying what you believe without fearing who will disagree. It's being yourself fully, unapologetically, relentlessly. And when you do that, something incredible happens. People start to respect you more. Because deep down, everyone wishes they could live that way. Everyone wishes they could be free from opinions. And when they see you doing it, they realize you have something they don't. Power, presence, freedom. And that's what makes you untouchable. So now you know the lessons. Emotional control, turning anger into power, mastering the art of silence and patience, rising above opinions. These are not just ideas, these are weapons. Weapons most people will never carry because most people are too busy reacting, too busy proving, too busy trying to win the approval of a world that doesn't care about them. But not you. You've heard the truth. You've seen the blueprint. And if you live it and practice it, you will become untouchable. Because here's the reality. The world will never stop testing you. People will never stop trying to provoke you, to break you, to control you. But when you've mastered your emotions, when you've turned your anger into fuel, when you've learned to sit in silence and wait, when you've risen so far above opinions that they can't touch you anymore, you're no longer just another person in the crowd. You become something else. You become present. You become disciplined. You become the kind of power people can't explain but can't ignore. That's the darkest power. The type of power that doesn't shout, doesn't beg, doesn't react. It simply is steady, unshakable, unstoppable. So the next time the world comes for you, remember these lessons. Guard your emotions. Turn your fire into fuel. Wait when others rush. Walk above the noise. And watch how untouchable you become.